Yes, you are 100% absolutely royally cooked. Musicians in an AI world, are we all cooked? If I'm being completely honest, I think a lot of musicians are. However, I think there's also going to be a ton of opportunity in the next few years for true artists. Now, let's unpack that. I think this is a natural progression of what the music industry has become, and which is more industry than music. Right? I think there's been a very, very gradual watering down in terms of what the average consumer is listening to. Sort of how fast food feels kind of good in the moment, but maybe a couple hours later doesn't feel so good and isn't really a memorable experience by any means. It's very commoditized versus having a special dinner at a Michelin star restaurant where there's complexity, there's layers to the flavors, all that stuff that goes into the art of cooking. I think over the past few years, it's really ramped up in terms of the fast food music that we've been getting from mainstream artists. Something that's formulaic, regurgitated, and lacks any real substance. It is more business trying to figure out what frequencies and patterns are going to generate the most money versus what's the best art we can put out. And we also see this on social media where the algorithm rewards perfection, or at least the appearance of perfection, and conformity in terms of there are a few things that do well, which incentivizes all the other artists to do those few things that are going to get the views, that are going to get the algorithm working in your favor. So what does that do? That makes everybody very replaceable because we're all just kind of trying to get in on the pattern that works to make the money. So naturally, musicians have put themselves in a replaceable position. And now AI comes along that can spit out and regurgitate those patterns way faster than any human being and make it infinitely more available. So, the business, the industry is going to look at that and be like, well, what do we even need the musicians for? Because the art at this point is almost completely lost. It is now regurgitation and speed of regurgitation to generate money. So if your goal is money, if your goal is to get famous, to get noticed, and that's why you're doing music,